Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another video, and yeah, so things have kind of been happening, and well, I'm just going to be talking for a bit. But first, hey, Halo 3 ODST, it's finally out on PC. What you know, it's freaking brilliant, and you know, also being able to play it 4K and everything, it looks gorgeous too. But that's not really what we're actually going to be talking about for the most part. Yeah, like always, it's just sort of a background footage for whilst I'm talking, because you know, this stuff's great. Although it is kind of fun being able to have a tank whilst you're in firefight for a change. So what am I actually talking about? Well, here's the thing. I'm going to be taking a break from the channel for a bit. Don't worry, it's not a permanent break. It's just a small break because honestly I've actually been working on the channel pretty much every day. Excluding me being sick the other day. Honestly, I kind of do need a break. It's just so much stuff that I've been meaning to for ages, I've just not been able to find time for. So what is going to be happening is from the 1st of October to the 20th of October, there will be no new videos. I will not be working during that period. I'll still be responding on the Discord channel, everything like that. But I will not be making videos for the most part, so just so that you're all aware of what's going on. And that's mainly the one thing that I wanted to get out of the way, straight out of the way. I will be taking a break. I will also put, in place of news bites, just a small announcement to make sure people are aware of it. And, well, yeah, that's pretty much it. But there is a whole bunch of other stuff we can talk about, because, you know, stuff's been happening, like always. And as we all remember, 3080 launch, God, what an absolute mess. And it couldn't possibly get worse, right? 3090 is like, hold my beer. So of course we get the 3090, it releases, and I'm not joking, I was sat there refreshing it, and within 60 seconds, and I'm not even joking, within 60 seconds of the actual launch window, like actually before the launch window in fact, it had already sold out. Nvidia, how can you be this incompetent? Like, don't get me wrong, I like Nvidia, I like their products, it's just, how can they be this physically incompetent in making sure they don't have any stock for any of their launches twice? Who's waiting for, well, round 3 with a 3070, you know, on, I think it's the 15th of October it's supposed to be releasing? I'll probably go ahead and do a little post in the Discord channel about that, because that's going to be a funny thing to watch. Like, seriously, how do you get so many hardware releases just completely and utterly buggered? It's impressively bad, like actually impressively bad. But you know, it is what it is. That's Nvidia for you. I guess they could be worse, they could be better, but yeah, what do you expect? Actually being able to buy a product? Ha! God, you're hoping for way too much. So yeah, that was fun, and as if it couldn't get any worse, Nvidia's like, hold my beer. Because apparently there's been many reports of 3080s and 3090s crashing, particularly around the 2 GHz mark. And well, I've been doing a, you know, just a bit of digging in the background, and it seems to be this is actually a hardware related issue. Whilst not directly from Nvidia the issue is that Nvidia okayed it. Because in order for a board partner to go ahead and release a new graphics card or whatever, or a new PCB design, they first have to talk to Nvidia and basically grant, well, ask Nvidia for their blessing on, hey, can we release this card, yes or no? If they say no, well, tough luck, you are just not getting that card out. It has to be revised and essentially has to pass Nvidia's QA. The problem with this is that this doesn't always happen. And, well, as we have seen lately, this hasn't happened, because what's essentially been going on, or at least what's been theorized to be going on, is that the actual capacitors and all the other things that are on the back of the Nvidia 3080 and 3090s GPUs on the AIB side, you know, the board partners like EVGA, MSI, ASUS, etc. Essentially, because they've been given free rein to go ahead and change out, oh, I'm trying to think what it is, the bypass circuit for the voltage, because the way it works is that when your graphics card is going from, say, idle, you know, to max, obviously the voltage regulators need to keep up, but obviously they can't, because it's a very huge jump in the amount of voltage and the amount of current that is suddenly flowing through these circuits. So what they do is they have a huge amount of capacitors on the back to essentially handle this in the voltage upstepping. there's just a teeny tiny smidge of a fly in the ointment. Because Nvidia has, for some reason, given the actual AIBs free reign over these bypass circuits, which generally speaking doesn't happen. Excuse my yawn. But because this doesn't generally happen, you know, it doesn't happen for good reason, because obviously you don't want the cards to crash, right? Could you imagine? Well, here's the thing, they've let them do it. Which means, as a direct result of this, rather than being, you know, the monstrous overclockers that they should be, because they've cheaped out on these bypass capacitors, essentially the cards are just completely and utterly crashing because they typically don't have enough voltage for the frequencies that they're running, which is causing serious issues. So if you are someone that is actually planning on buying one of these cards, double check that it's one that doesn't have any known issues with crashing, because you'll know about it. It's ridiculous that something like this can happen, but you know, Nvidia strikes again. Like, how do you manage that? Actually get, you know, you're an add-in board thing. You're an add-in board partner, you're supposed to know about this stuff, especially when you make high-end overclocking ones. But then you go ahead and F up, you know, your initial launch cards because you've decided to go ahead and cheap out on the capacitors. And the second it hits 2 GHz, like a lot of people have been saying, it just crashes because it just doesn't have the bypass circuit to manage it, and it doesn't have the voltage regulation to manage it too. If you are interested in this in particular, I'd recommend going and checking out Buildzoid's video on it, because Buildzoid did a pretty decent video on it. But yeah, so that's the thing that's been happening, and it's kind of amazing that not only have they managed to F up once with the 3080 launch and not having enough cards, they've managed to F up twice in not having enough cards for the 3090 launch, and they've managed to F up thrice by, you know, letting the add-in board partners just absolutely F up the cards so they can't be used. God damn it, Nvidia. How do you manage this? Like, how do you actually manage this? How incompetent do you have to be in order to manage that? It's impressive. It's terribly impressive. I do say terribly because, seriously, how do you manage this? So yeah, that's fun. Let's see what else has been happening this week, because there's been a lot this week, hasn't there? The usual of people being, well, LTT, of course, being very, very nice to Nvidia, despite the fact of the obvious reasons that they shouldn't be lately. But, you know, that's Linus for you. What can you expect other than being generally pretty favourable towards whoever it is? I don't think it's because Linus is biased or anything. I just generally think it's just he's overly favourable, and sometimes a little bit forgetting about how, you know, consumers do exist and consumers do have issues, and it's like, I don't know. I've just not really liked the way a lot of people have been handling it lately, because as in terms of a launch, this has got to be the worst launch I've ever seen. Like, period. Like, I can't think of a launch in recent memory that has gone this terribly, both in trying to find cards and then also hardware issues that just can't be fixed. Because, like, these PCB design issues and that lot, the only way it'll be fixed is if all the add-in board partners revise their designs, they revise the capacitors, and even if they could go ahead and get returns and ship out new, better cards that won't crash at these, you know, frequencies that they're crashing at, then the only thing that could be done is they'd have to go ahead and make either a new PCB or revise their actual VRM and bypass, you know, circuit designs, which is going to be an absolute mess for them to do. And if they do that, it'll be debatable as if they can do anything with the old cards that are obviously, for many obvious reasons, not able to do much. Just like, God damn it, Nvidia. But yeah, I think I will end the rant here because it's just terrible. Anyway, what else has been going on? Actually, hold on. This isn't rant, but this is still semi-related. I finally found somewhere I can pre-order a 3090, which is not really great, because the one I want a Founders. It's just the issue is trying to get a Founders, considering, you know, all the current issues with availability right now. But I have found at least one place that will let me pre-order a 3090, granted not the one that I want, if it does come to it in the end. It's a pain, but hey, something is better than nothing. If you are in the UK, people I'm talking about Overclockers UK, seriously, if you are in the UK and you really do want a 3090 or a 3080 and you just can't find one and you don't want to buy one off eBay, honestly, the best thing you can do is just pre-order one. But then again, don't buy anything until there are reviews out that actually say if this card is good, this card is bad, this card has issues. Just don't buy until you're actually 100% sure. But if you are 100% sure, you've done all your reviews and you know which card you want to buy, and you live in the UK, check out Overclockers UK, because they're great, and they actually are currently allowing pre-orders for most cards. I say most because, of course, not all of them are pre-order. I know that the EVGA ones aren't currently available for pre-order, which is kind of a pain, but, you know, you can't get everything. As the great philosopher Jagger said, you can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you get what you need, and I guess this is really, you get what you need here. You at least have a way to buy a 3090 or a 3080, even if it takes a while for it to actually, you know, get to you. It's not ideal, but something is better than nothing in this case, because let's be fair, a lot of people have had a lot of nothing. So I'm going to just go ahead and let people be aware of that. Ah, God. So what am I going to be going? What am I actually going to be getting up to? I haven't actually decided what I'm planning to do. I'm planning on hopefully spending time with a friend who I've not seen in a while. That'll be hopefully fun, but you know, the whole thing with coronavirus and that lot, and trying to stay safe, it kind of makes stuff difficult. But you know, here's hoping something can get me sorted, yeah, sorted out eventually. But failing that, I think I might go and do a few things I haven't done in a while, because, you know, it's getting to the colder weather now, which is good for me, because colder weather is great. Why? Because it means that despite me not having liquid cooling or anything like that, it means I can go ahead and, you know, overclock my PC harder and faster, and go ahead and get better scores in 3D Mark and all that lot, because, you know, it's cold weather. It's better for overclocking. So, you know, I might go ahead and do a bit of that, and I'll let you guys know if I do get any real improvements, because I like overclocking, it's fun. I think I might probably spend a lot of my time just doing that. Also, you know, getting the first week's worth of videos sorted out ahead of time, so it's just like, nice, simple, got all the time in the world, I can enjoy myself, it's gonna be great. Now, if you guys are taking a break right now, honestly, go find a hobby. If you haven't had a hobby that you've been doing for a while, go and do it. Go and find whatever that hobby is and just go and have some fun. Enjoy yourself. Also, yes, I was just randomly checking out this room because it's like, why is it so dark in here? It is unnaturally dark. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to spend it doing a lot of overclocking and maybe just getting, yeah, sorting out things that I've not done in a while, because I've got a fairly long break. It'll give me a decent amount of time to just sort out stuff that I've been meaning to do for ages that I just haven't had a chance to. And, you know, if anything, make sure you guys do take a break. Working just for months upon months upon months upon months on end, it's not brilliant. Like, sure, you'll be fine in the real long term, but it's not too great for your mental health, you know. Breaks are needed. Which is kind of funny to say after, you know, lockdowns. I'm probably sure that most of you have actually had breaks. Just I haven't, because I work on YouTube, which kind of sucks. So yeah. Anyway, I think, yeah, I think that's enough here. So, like I say, I'm going to be taking a break first for the 20th. Don't expect anything new from then. But in the meantime, yeah. I mean, I might make the odd video or two in the time that I'm off. Just don't expect me to, okay? Alright. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. So, like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Any thoughts or questions, leave them in the form of a comment down below. Don't forget to check out my Discord, which I'll be quite active on during my break. My Patreon, my Facebook, and my Twitch page, all of which you can find down in the description down below. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell for more content from me, as always. And, as you know, and I'll actually be back. I'll be making videos again. And as always, this is the 170th con, signing off. Stay safe out there, folks. I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, please, take care.